Growing up, I was given a version of myself that I was stupid, that I was irritating, weird, in the way, unwanted. My vision of myself was lonely and upsetting. Until one day I thought, I don't want anyone to feel alone in the abuse like I have felt alone and lost. And that triggered a vision for me of transforming myself so that I could serve other people and make a difference to them. Everybody has a different vision of why they want to do this work. I wanted to break the cycle for my kids so that my kids would never have that abuse and feel as alone as I did. This first lesson is about seeing how are things now. How do you want to create them to be? And the third thing, how are you going to remember that? All right, so let's have a look at it. I'm just going to set a timer for myself because I don't want it to go over 10 minutes. All right, so welcome to lesson 1. Let's begin and weave some magic into how you see yourself. The reason why vision is so important, Walt Whitman wrote this book called The Science of Getting Rich. And I have never been interested in getting rich, but I wanted to understand how visions were made so that, or how things were created in the world so that I could serve 2 million people who had had abuse in childhood. And so I studied a lot on the psychology of creating and transforming ourselves so that we can create what we want in the world. And Walt Whitman said there is a certain way that is so hard, the belief of what we are creating in the world. And he said it's the hardest thing in the world, where everything around you is showing doubt, disbelief, and a different reality to what you're creating. He said it's the hardest thing in the world to keep that alive when everything else is contradicting it. First, we need to acknowledge what is contradicting it. So I want you to have a look, and this is 3 parts, the exercise today. First, look at where you are now and why you've done this. Like, what are you fed up of? What are you just tired of that you went, I'm signing up because I don't want to be like anymore. What's that? What is that like? Just take stock of what's not working. And why is that not working for you? Like, what's the impact of that on your relationship to yourself, to your others, to your work? How is that impacting you? Because that pain is going to be the springboard of you going, I've had enough and I'm going to change. So that when you get into a place where you're triggered and you numb out or you get really angry, you can remember that I want to do things differently now. So why do you want to change that? And what impact would that have if you change that? So that's the first question. Why have you signed up? And especially looking first at those pain points. What are you doing that isn't working for you? Because when we do that, we can go, that is like the line that I'm crossing and stepping over and say, I want something better for me. I'm not going to repeat the patterns of the past, of the emotional abuse, the criticism, the negation that make me feel awful and triggered in myself. I'm not going to repeat that to me anymore. So what's not working in how you treat yourself and how you treat others that you are saying, I'm done with that. And this is not about going, if for whatever reason you repeat that you're a bad human being. No, things, it's like somebody starting to walk from sitting. They first crawl, then they walk, and they stumble a lot on the way. There's grace and kindness along that journey. The second thing is, what is your new story? What's the new vision that you're wanting to create for you? What's this certain way that you're holding on to of what you're going to create in your life that inspires you and makes you feel like This is who I want to be, how I want to treat myself, how I want to treat others. And there was a psychologist called Haim Ginott who said, who do we want our parents to be? At least, as he asked parents, who do you want your children to be? And a lot of parents said, I want them to be successful and happy. And he said, so happy that if somebody's sad, they don't have care or compassion, or so successful that they don't care about who to trample on the way. He said, I want to help parents teach their kids to be kind, caring, compassionate, and courageous to make a stand against things that are not right in the world, because that's what we need. And so in this, I'm not wanting people to become so placid and acquiescent that they allow people to treat them badly or allow others around them to be treated badly. The triggers where we see something like racism or human rights or, homophobia, then, or transphobia, or people shaming neurodiversity. Standing up for that's essential. So we don't want triggers to be numbed out. So what does it look like for you of who you want to become? And why do you want to become that? So what are you choosing? Be the chooser in your life. I choose that because that matters to me and that's who I want to become. Instead of being somebody who was pushed around, told who to be, I want you to empower yourself to choose your vision of what you want for you. So if you chose that, how would it look like in your family? How would things be different in how you're relating to yourself and relating to your family, relating at work? What would it look like if you're processing and expressing your emotions in a healthy way, getting your needs met, meeting other people's needs? How would the love change? What would be the quality of the love and the goodness and the courage and the pride that you have in yourself? So that's number 2. Number 1 is, why did you sign up? What's not working? Number 2 is, what is your vision? What are you creating? What are you choosing to create? And then number 3, how will you remind yourself of this vision and the choice to change? Because so often we can just get back into the old, unconscious, habitual life where we're motoring forward and we forget our motivation. This is going to happen on this course, on this workshop. You're going to go, oh God, I've forgotten and life's busy. It's just 10 minutes a day. So how are you going to remind yourself of your vision and your commitment to you? Is it going to be a post-it note? Is it going to be an alarm on your phone? Is it going to be wearing a special bracelet that you say, for these 10 days, I'm going to remember my vision is essential to me of who I'm becoming, and I'm going to put this into practice? How will you keep that alive? Like sometimes at one point, I had 100 post-it notes to remind me to shift something in my life. And I've done that in many other things. Like sometimes I put a heart on a post-it note and I put it on every single wall in the house so I would see it everywhere. And then sometimes I'd change the post-it notes into different places because I would just blank it out. So how will you remind yourself of this vision and keep it alive? So those are the 3 things. 1, take stock. What's not working for you? 2, what's your vision? What are you choosing for you? Make it sensual, like how does it feel? Like a fresh breeze, like a glass of water, like courage, like backbone. Feel in, how does it feel in your body to create this vision, to be who you are? Feel your aliveness, your embodiment of it, how the smell of it, the scent of being strong and having backbone and being clear of speaking your needs in a healthy way so you are met. And then how will you remind yourself? So that is lesson 1. And I will be putting the worksheet when it's ready below this video, so you'll get a link for it. And I look forward, share in the comments and hashtag lesson 1 vision so that we can all see your comments and we can engage with you. And remember that there is a contest. So restoring.love/contest for those of you who share it in the world, hashtag taming the triggers. then I can see that you've done that, and you get an entry into the contest to win a very juicy prize to work with me. Dun, dun, dun. So share those 3 things. I'm looking forward to seeing what your vision is. Well, firstly, where you are now, what your vision is, and how you're going to remind yourself of your vision so you can create it. I'm sending you love, and I look forward to discovering with you. Love to you.